As our time here in Bosnia comes to a close, this is probably as good a place as any to do a recap. I'm here up on the hills above Mostar, and just across the way over there is a solar farm, and behind us here is a wind farm. So those are two of the things that contribute to some of the renewable energy that we have here in Bosnia. The major source though is hydro. So there's a lot of water flowing down through the valleys, especially this one down here in Mostar as well. So there's hydro being generated from power stations on these rivers, which is really nice. So I think up to 40% of the electricity mix comes from hydro. For the rest of it, there is a little bit of solar and wind, but the majority is coal and gas. So a similar story to Serbia. But that hydro sure is being powered a lot at the moment. We had a lot of rain last week, so the rivers are all in full flow here, especially this one in Mostar. It's obviously got the famous bridge, and in the summer people jump off the bridge, but right now I don't think you'd be doing that. That water is flowing very, very swiftly. So the good news from an EV perspective with that electricity is it is very cheap. So from that perspective, this is a perfect place to have an EV. Unfortunately though, the uptake is only about 1% of sales are EVs, so that's very low. So similar to Serbia, and also what I mentioned in my short about pollution in Sarajevo, a lot of the cars in Bosnia are used imports. So these are coming out of Europe, and a lot of them are either diesels or petrols. Obviously there's not that many used EVs in the market just yet, and if they are, they're probably being snapped up in the EU, but eventually they'll trickle down and can take advantage of the cheap power. So what we've found is that while the charging infrastructure is very basic, there's enough of it for you to get around. Bosnia is a small country. It's about 3/4 the size of Tasmania. So I think it's about 350 kilometers across, either east-west or north-south. So with modern EVs, if you're just shooting through, you could probably do it in one charge. But there's enough charging around, mostly slow charging though, so you'd have to stop, maybe spend a few hours in Sarajevo or Mostar and do a slower AC charge, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? Ciao. Da li govoriš engleski? I want to charge the car.
Okay.
Is that okay?
How much you stay?
Just 1 hour.
1
hour, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so the charging is okay. What we found though is the infrastructure is pretty poor, or maybe it's connectivity, but yeah, the charging has been free. I think every charging session that we've done here in Bosnia has been free. There's, but I'm sure there is some paid ones around. So one of the places where they are stepping up their infrastructure spending is roads and motorways. And I think some of that money is coming from Europe. But yeah, so they've got with these stunning valleys and rivers, a lot of windy roads to get from town to town, and they're being bypassed with these pretty big motorway projects with huge bridges. These are toll roads like they were in Serbia, but there's pay as you go. So you get a ticket when you get on, and then you pay by credit card or cash. I think there is an easy pass system with a discount in it, but yeah, for tourists you just use cash or a credit card. Plenty of strays on the road and in town as well. Good thing with those though is that they seem to have pretty decent road sense. So even though they're on the side of the road, you don't really need to worry too much about hitting any of them. Yeah, so lots of strays. Some road rules seem to be a bit of a serving suggestion in the Balkans, but also we've noticed them in Bosnia. Speeding, you know, I think speed limits are definitely a serving suggestion. Overtaking lines or no overtaking lines, again, the same deal. Holding your phone if you need to make a call, sure, go ahead. And the other sort of crazy one is you can make pretty much any part of road a legal parking spot. All you have to do is pull over, turn on your hazards, and yep, it becomes a legal parking spot. That's pretty cool, isn't it? None of this driving around for ages trying to find a spot. All right, well, I think on that note, we will call it quits here in Bosnia, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers.